We're here at the Auburn Housing Meeting for 6/6/2022. Could we please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on. Discussion and vote to approve the minutes for May 26, 2022. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion and vote to approve the warrant for February, March, April, May 2022. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Discussion and vote to award project number 017082 to low and responsible bidder after reference check. Do I have a motion?
I motion. I motion.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Oh,
Aye.
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 Opposed? None. Is Monica on? No? Okay. Discussion and vote to award project number 017094 to low and responsible bidder after reference check. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discussion and vote to award the project number 017095 to low and responsible bidder after reference check. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Executive Director's Report. You're up.
Hi.
Aye.
Okay, as of right now, we have one vacancy down at Pheasant Court. It's a 2-bedroom. We're hoping to fill that by the end of the week. We are fully rented for the rest of the developments.
Oh, good.
That's great.
So we finally caught up and we're in good shape. As far as Packagug Village goes, we still have shingles in bundles on the ground. And that's because when they did the scope of services, they didn't take into account that the requirements had changed and the soffits have to be longer than what they are. So it's $100,000 more than what was planned on. So they're looking for emergency funds to give us to because I mean, our budget was for a certain amount of money and we had other projects that are already in line. So the state's trying to come up with extra money for us to cover the cost of lengthening the soffits, which it's a big deal.
Right, yes it is, yeah.
And then the vendor it's gonna be the same vendor that's gonna fix the soffits and the roof. So that's why the shingles are still on the lawn, because I'm waiting to hear how they're gonna fund it. Okay?
Mhm.
So that's the deal with the shingles. The state front, they're also gonna be getting stoves, new stoves. So that'll be the next thing, and then after that, it's gonna be the fans, like the exhaust fans in the bathroom, are going to the state. Most of the stuff has already been done in the federal. So we've got the money, and that's why we're not taking the money from our existing budget, because it's already been spoken for
Allocated.
with these other things. So that's why it's like, hey, it's not our fault that this happened.
Right.
I mean, you had an engineer that's responsible and signed off for it,
That's right.
and then all of a sudden, it's not right. So they know. I let them know.
Good.
And it's like, you're not gonna mess with the rest of my budget. It's like all these things are already in place, so the state portion are gonna get these. One of the things you're gonna be signing at the next meeting is the completion of the sidewalk project. That's done now. So we paid the vendor, and then now we're out from underneath that. So the state projects are going along. Now we're gonna look at the federal projects to see where we're at with that. But things are moving. And then we have had some people with COVID, but nothing significant. We, there really isn't anything else. We're gonna look at our inspection reports. We started with the inspections,
Good.
and we've identified some areas that need some work. You know, there are gonna be hallways that are gonna need to be redone. I had a resident here ask me if we could get more washing machines and dryers. And I'm not sure how we would do it, but she doesn't feel that four are enough for 60 people, because that's what we have here. But it's gonna come down to, number one, where can we put it? And it's gonna have to be designed. We don't own the washer and dryers, we rent them. So it's not like the vendor would have to agree to do it, and then there'll be increase because we split what the residents pay, and the vendor gets half, we get the other half. So it is gonna cost us more money, because it doesn't cover the cost of the electric or the water. So those are factors that we have to take into consideration. I'm going to try to call other housing authorities that have the same number of people that we do. Like, I'll find a place that has 60,
Yeah.
and then we'll see how many washers and dryers they have. So we're not going to be, I don't want us to be less if we can find a way to fix it, but I don't want to be more if we don't have to be. Do you know what I mean? Because it is going to be more expensive for the housing authority. So
Yeah.
we'll go with that. But she did ask me, and I told her I would look into it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay?
Okay.
But other than that,
That's good.
you know, the eviction process is very slow. We're not gonna get an eviction on the first go-round, but we are managing to collect some money, thousands. Because there's an agency, couple agencies out there that are paying the tenants rent to prevent them from getting evicted. So it's working out in some ways, but in other ways it isn't, because they're under the assumption that these agencies are going to continue to pay their rent, so they're not paying the way, and it's the taxpayers that are paying the rent.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's right, but this is what they're doing, and as long as the housing authority gets the money we're owed, then that's my biggest concern.
Yeah.
So I really don't care who's paying it at this point. If the taxpayers elected these people, and these people are stupid enough to pay their rent, then
Exactly.
so be it. But it's not going to go on forever, so we're trying to target the people that had owed us like the most amount of money. I mean, we got check for 5,000, 3,000, you know, so we're seeing the funds come back in.
That's good.
And then some of these tenants had lease violations in addition to owing us money. That we're not waiving.
No.
That we are going to continue. Yeah, and then we'll go to court with them if push comes to shove. You know, we have a couple people that need to go, and we're hoping, but we're going to continue to work the system the way we're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not an easy process. As far as our family developments, we've had some problems with some of the kids acting up. Now, in light of everything that's going on with these school shootings, we're not gonna leave anything to chance. So if the families report they're having a problem with specific children, we're identifying the children, we're looking for any police reports that have been taken. The police have been notifying the school that these kids are having a problem at home, they're having a problem on the bus. So we're trying to get help.
Get ahead of it before something
Yep.
happens.
We're trying to get ahead of it. We're trying to get these kids some help. And we're letting the parents know that we're not going to allow this.
We call the attorneys.
Yep, we did call, we called HUD, we called the state, let them know we're having problems with these kids, and we did contact the attorneys to let them know, and they're working out a process that we're supposed to follow, so that when we do go to court, we've done everything by the book. We've let everybody know that we're supposed to let know, and we're not gonna let this drop. I am not gonna have Texas
Oh, God, no.
at the Auburn Housing Authority.
No.
If I could possibly help it. I will not have something like that happen here.
Plus, you're trying to really help the children, and that's important too.
And this is the thing. I mean, these kids are little. They're not even old.
Oh, my
You know,
God.
so it's like, if we can get the parents on board, get the school, everybody on board, and get these kids some help. I mean, in this state, it shouldn't be a problem. But we've got to let people know that these kids are having a problem at home, they're causing problems in the neighborhood. Other kids are afraid. Parents are afraid. We
They
can't
shouldn't
have that.
be. No.
And they shouldn't be.
No.
Decent, safe, and sanitary. We're taking the safe part seriously, but we're putting everybody on notice so they can't say they didn't know. There'll be none of that.
Is it in
Everything's in
writing?
writing.
Awesome.
Everything's in writing, so we're documenting it, but I don't want people to not feel safe here. I mean, we have some tenants that we don't feel that great around either. So we're just gonna follow the steps, do what they told us to do, and hopefully correct the problem. And if not, then we're gonna push to evict. And let a judge tell us that we can't.
Document.
Keep documenting it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if these kids need help, we should push to get them help.
Yes.
You know? That's our
Yes.
biggest thing. It's supposed to be a positive thing to live here, but I can't have other little kids afraid.
No.
They won't go outside. I can't have that. Can't blame them.
But the thing
No, I
is,
don't blame them.
you gotta make sure the parents are
Mm-hmm.
involved in this and doing something too, because if you can't get them to do it, you're not gonna get anywhere.
And we're hoping that the attorneys will actually meet with us and the parent, and even somebody from the police department, so that everybody's on the same page.
There you
And
go.
the parent is aware of it, our attorney is aware of it, and asking the right questions, and making sure that there's some follow-up with this, that it's not gonna fall through the cracks. If we're having a problem, I know they're having a problem on the school bus. Are they having a problem with these kids in the classroom? You know, I mean, we just have to do our due diligence, going after people for the rent that they owe us. I mean, they signed paperwork saying they were gonna pay us, they need to pay us. And if they can't afford to pay us, they need to let us know so that we can enter into some kind of agreement. Our goal is not to evict,
Right.
but if these people aren't gonna play the game with us, we have no other choice but to evict. And if the judge says no, it's not gonna be because we didn't try.
Right.
You know, so I don't know what more we can do, but we're documenting all the conversations that we're having with people, no matter what they are about. A lot of it is petty, a lot of it is like, really? Knock it off. But even the knock it off conversations are getting documented too. Because if something were to happen, then it's gonna be like, hey, listen, you were told, you were given this notice that you were to stop. You know, you're violating the lease by your behavior, you need to stop. and they get a copy, we get a copy, goes right in the file. And then it's not, oh, the housing authority's picking on me, Laurie doesn't like me, Laurie's picking on me. It's like, Laurie's gonna follow the lease and the rules and regulations that are set by the board, and we're gonna document it all, and if they don't like it, we'll see you in court.
Well, the other families that are afraid of them and the kids that are afraid of them, it's not good for them. They shouldn't have to be going through that.
And even with the elderly,
Yeah, the other
even
one
with
too.
the elderly, it's going on.
Yeah.
Bullying, harassment, it's gotta stop. You might not like your neighbor, then move.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not gonna threaten them, you're not gonna harass them, that's ridiculous,
Right.
you know?
Yes, definitely.
If it's not working out for you, then we're gonna take steps to make it right. Nobody should be harassed anywhere, including me. Including me. You know? Not gonna take it. I'm gonna be 64 years old. Enough is enough.
You're a baby.
So, we're very busy in the office. Maintenance is very busy between the lawn, trying to get the yards cleaned up, and they've been doing inspections of the units. They're finding a lot of things. Because of COVID, we haven't really been able to inspect the way we were supposed to, because who's gonna wanna go into somebody's apartment if you don't even know they're healthy? You know, so the state and feds, they kind of gave us a little leeway on the inspections, but they've actually done most of the buildings now. And they've got lists of things that need to be fixed. If the tenant caused the damage and it wasn't through wear and tear or any of that, the tenants are gonna be assessed for the damage.
Yeah.
Why should we have to pay it,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
I mean, how many toilet seats can you crack and have it say that it's reasonable? You know?
That's right.
I don't know. I don't think I ever cracked one.
Well, see, and this is the thing. It's like if you look at your own home, how often did you ever replace the toilet seat unless it really needed it, or if it was stained or something? But I mean, I have people that are cracking the toilet seat. It's like, well,
Are they standing on them or something?
I don't know. They're high-rise toilets, all of them. So it's not like they're falling, like dropping down. Like I've got a toilet in Maine that it was like, holy crap. It's like down here. You know, it's like an elderly person can't use that. They wouldn't be able to get back up.
That's right.
So I'm still trying to figure out how my husband's making it work. But that's for another conversation. I was like, wow. But all the things that they broke, like shades, I mean, they do break, they do fall off the thing. But if it's happening like 3 months, if the kids are pulling them and they're, sooner or later, we have to start charging for this.
Yeah.
Because it's damage. It's not normal wear and tear. So we're looking at ways to recover the money that we're owed. And we want them to have the best apartment they can within our budget. And we're going to be looking at other things, other work items to add to, like the budget's going further out.
Yeah.
You know, actually look at how old is the countertop? How old are the rugs? I mean, some people, their carpeting is from when they first moved in. Well, they could have been here 10, 15 years. I just started my 16th year. So if I didn't replace your carpet, then your carpet's old. So we use the capital fund money, start replacing the carpets that are damaged. If they had a pet and the pet caused the damage, we have a pet deposit that we can take. It's only $160, but it's still something. And then we can say, hey, listen, you're not watching your pet, and now we have these problems.
Yeah.
So this is the deal. Can you think of anything else?
Laurie, do you feel safe when you're working with some of these people, or do you have someone with you if you feel uncomfortable?
You should. I don't tend to approach anybody that I don't know what kind of response I'm gonna get from them.
Okay.
And if there is a problem, I can take maintenance with me.
That's what I'm saying.
Can take maintenance. I mean, there are some people, it's like we don't know what they're on,
That's right.
you know, prescription drugs or
You're right.
recreational. We have no idea what these people are on, and we really don't have the right to ask.
No.
So we just have to be smart about what we're doing. Even coming here. I mean, we've had some people that got really mouthy. You know, they hang up on us on the phone, they're swearing at us. It's like, really? I mean, Maureen, at her age, she really needs to have somebody swearing at her.
No.
That's when you just go, talk to you next time. Talk to you next time. But everything's changing. The world is changing.
Yeah.
Everything is, it's not what I grew up with.
Not in a good way, put it that way.
It's very hard, but we have to be diligent about protecting our people
Yeah.
as best we can. You know, their
Absolutely.
families, they trust us, and we're gonna make sure we earn that trust. And I think as far as other housing authorities go, we're one of the better ones.
Yeah.
That's what they just
Bottom line is treat people the way you would like to be treated.
Yeah. Yep. But we are one of the better ones, from what I've heard.
From what I've seen and what I've observed and what I've heard, you're doing a great job. All the maintenance and in
we're
the
updating-
office, everybody.
We're updating the waiting list, federal and state. We have a volunteer that is actually updating the list. So it's good. It's good for the volunteer that's doing it, and it's great for us. Because and a lot of people are sending the updates back, so there are a lot of people on our list that are still interested in being housed here. But we need, you know, once the list is finished, we'll have a better sense of where we're at. I mean, this way we're not gonna have people that are deceased
Still on
sitting
the
on the
list.
list, or in a nursing home they're never coming here. It's, just take them off the list, move on to the next.
Yeah.
And we're still prioritizing veterans,
Good.
and
That's
will.
good.
Good.
That's good.
They earned it.
Yes, you sure do.
That's awesome.
So, that's all I have.
That's all? Just back up a little bit. On the people that are getting their rent paid by these other people, you had mentioned during that they think they're gonna get paid all the time and they don't want to pay their rent anymore?
Well, it is, they were paid off. To date, they applied for assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay, so their past due is covered. But then going forward, it's like, well, okay, where's the rent?
Yeah.
And one organization covered, there were two organizations working. The first one was due to COVID. So that organization paid off $3,000 that they owed. So then that organization now has stopped, money has stopped there. So they applied to the second organization, and they'll go back, I believe, as far as 6 months. So for another 6 months, they'll stop paying, and that organization will pay it.
So they're playing the system.
Yeah.
Right, but I understand that, but I'm just worried about going forward when they don't pay it.
Well, that's you.
Then we
then
have to go
move
for
to
eviction.
Then we
We'll have to
move
do
to
that.
evict.
30-day list to
That's what I wanted to know.
Because then we can go after them for non-payment of rent. We
Right.
can't do that while these agencies
Oh, no.
are
And
covering
you-
their rent.
And you're getting the rent money, that's fine. They wanna pay it, let them.
And
But,
they know when you go to court.
Unfortunately, yeah.
If you go to court and they're, already have an application in, okay, we'll have a meeting in 2 months. And then once they receive their money, then we can go back to court and write up an agreement. And if they break the agreement the first time, automatically our attorney will go to court.
Move in, yeah, okay. That's it for
That's
me.
good.
Anybody else got any question? No? Okay, moving on. Public comment. Nobody? No public comment?
Did you have some?
Member items.
What is that?
That's when a member can speak on any issue they want to speak on that they want to bring up.
Oh, I didn't know that was possible. Thank you.
Anything's possible for you, Rose.
Most things.
Most things.
Most
The only
things,
thing that
yeah.
you really can't bring up is if you have a complaint about another tenant
Right.
or
No,
you can't
that's-
bring that up. Because
It
that's,
goes through the office.
It goes through Lori.
but if the office can't resolve it and has done everything they could, then it can be brought up because then you can ask,
Better resolved.
like the wash machines. You can ask me
Right.
how I'm making out, get new washers and dryers.
Oh, my God.
But you know what I mean? Because a tenant did bring it up, and you can ask me if I'm striking out or not. I'm not thinking too favorably of it, but
Mm.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna do my due diligence.
Yes.
That's all we ask.
There you go.
Right.
Okay, I need a date for our next meeting
Special.
and then do adjournment. What's,
It's gonna have to be a special meeting, because we have to close out the sidewalk
right,
grant, and we have to look at a couple other grants for approval.
Yep.
So we
okay.
have 2 for approval, and 1 for the sidewalks, closing it out, and then me.
Now, when it comes to your issue, should that be done in executive session or open session?
Technically, it should be an executive session, but I don't really,
It was brought up, when it was first brought up,
it was an
General
open
meeting.
session when you first
When you
voted.
voted on it, yeah, but this is like
and
kind
you're
of,
not giving.
a lot different. It's up-
It doesn't
but-
say how much.
due to the fact that it's you, if you don't mind, then we'll do an open session.
There you go.
So you don't have a problem. Okay, that solves that problem. And what was the date of the meeting?
We didn't set it yet.
You haven't said it yet.
You can't do Wednesday.
Yeah, we definitely can't do Wednesday,
So we're canceling Wednesday.
right?
I'm good
I
for
can't do
Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay.
I can do Friday.
I'm
I
good for
can't do
Friday.
Friday.
Okay. What do we got left?
How about the following Monday or Tuesday?
Monday is good.
Let me see.
Monday is.
Tuesday is good.
Hmm?
Tuesday is good for me.
Tuesday is out for me. I can do Monday.
Okay.
I can do
Monday's good.
Thursday,
How's Monday?
Monday is good.
What's the date?
It's okay.
the 13th.
13th of June.
So we do Monday the 13th at 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
And it's gonna be quick. There aren't a lot of votes, and I don't have a lot left to say.
That's what it is, it's
Just
just.
votes.
Okay,
Monday.
so 10 a.m. on Monday.
That's the 16th, right?
No, the 13th.
13th
Oh, 13th.
at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And no,
Those
All
are
right.
What, the July meeting, are we gonna meet in July or no?
well, let's get through
Yeah, let's
June
get through
first.
this first, then we'll go
So,
do that.
the packet for that June 13th meeting,
Almost there.
you already have been given most of it,
Yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah, now.
Yes.
And that state thing will,
Actually, I want to thank Roberta because I requested it and never received it, and then she had made a copy for me. And
Roberta, the record keeper?
Roberta-
Yeah, I gotta go home and clean out all that stuff.
Hey, Wayne, she was able to produce it.
She scared me.
Oh, I do. I keep stuff that I think
Oh, I
we
do
may
the
need.
same thing, but to find it, that's another story. But I just thought it was taken care of, and it wasn't. So, leave it at that, I guess.
So, next meeting,
Next
June
meeting will be
13th,
Monday,
10 o'clock, very sharp.
Yep.
13th at 10 o'clock. Yep. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yep.
That's good for me.
Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Oh, aye.